Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sly here with D. Just got back from the game right now. Flo couldn't make it, man. He's completely hammered, man. We had to carry his ass out, so he can't talk right now. He's out, but we got me and you here, man. Lot to talk about. I want to talk about it first, man. Trey Lance out, absolutely devastating, man. A lot of thoughts right now. A lot of the people around us had a lot of choice words to say about the play calling, that play. What do you think, man? I'll let you go.
So my first thought was, if you guys are watching the game and were there at the game, the weather was so bipolar. It was sunny and cold, and that's the best way I could describe this game, was that there's a lot of good things I liked, a lot of bad things I liked. The bad thing I liked is our stupid head coach that I've been saying it over and over again. I'm telling you, Kyle Shanahan is like the Mike D'Antoni of the NFL. He's all offense. He doesn't give a crap about his players. He puts his players in danger. And it was like North Adonis over here. Trey Lance, he had like a couple runs up the middle. And the last one, right before he got hurt, when he went up the middle, I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, I hate these freaking run plays, because Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, even like fucking Kaepernick, when they're like running, what I like about like when they run usually outside the pocket and they run in angles. You can't get a quarterback running up the middle. He's not a freaking fullback, all right? And so right when like Trey Lance gets tackled, I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, man, I fucking hate those plays, because they're like always like guarantee injury. And then, I kid you not, right when I said that, I look up and then Trey Lance is on the floor and he's like, oh, his legs like going sideways. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, freaking Shanahan, dude. So I was like pissed about that, you know, like seeing our franchise quarterback in a freaking car getting like thumbs up. And I'm like, hey, don't give me a thumbs up, man. I know you're out for the season, because they had to put him in an air cast.
You knew right away he was out for the season. There's no
I knew right away. When they bring out the cart, it's
exactly.
Like, it's mostly.
And for me, I had flashbacks of Nick Bosa week 2 against the, was it Jets or Giants, where he went out and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. I was thinking exactly the same thing. And I knew it right away that he was out. And since last year, when we're running power runs with Trey Lance, I'm like, Shanahan's going to get him killed. He's going to get him killed. And he got hurt that game at the Cardinals, and I was like, all right, he's going to stop doing that. No, he did the same shit over and over. He did the same shit last week. We were running power with Trey Lance. He was getting killed again, and it was just a matter of time, so he was going to get knocked out. And he wasn't knocked out. He broke his leg almost, pretty much, ankle. So absolutely ridiculous, man. Kyle Shanahan never takes responsibility for these stupid ass things. The reason Jaworski Tartt's not on this team, why? Because he blamed Jaworski Tartt for that not getting the interception. He blamed him for that game. That 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons. He's always blaming Matt Ryan for that game. For the Super Bowl, he's always blaming Jimmy Garoppolo. Think about your play calling, dog. What is up with that? And one more thing. I know we won the game and I should be more happy, but stupid ass things. It was 4th and 8. Punt the ball. Our defense our defense is dominating the game. What the hell are you doing? Pin them inside the 10-yard line, and you're going for it on 4th and 8. If you're not going to kick the field goal, punt it away. Our defense is killing it, but now you give them good field position. Good thing we got that interception, that stupid ass call from the Seahawks, that run option pass interception. That was absolutely dumb on their part, but too many brain cells are missing from this guy, man.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't believe on that play. So one, and I'll go back to the things I like. Usually, like when a player's hurt, it takes like the whole air out of the arena. But for some reason, like when Jimmy G went in, like some fans did get excited. And so the whole arena kind of erupted. Like everyone was like cheering for Jimmy G, because at the end of the day, I think everyone knew that Trey Lance was going to be out. So I think everyone had a quick switch of mind, like, all right, Fox, this is who we're going to roll with the rest of the season. You know, like Jimmy G's our guy. This is why we kept them. And so a lot of good things I saw from Jimmy G, but you also got to remember, and then going to that play you were talking about with, what was it, like 4th and 8?
Yeah.
Jimmy G, if you guys don't remember, he didn't even play like all spring. He didn't play all preseason. They didn't even let him practice.
They didn't give him a playbook.
Yeah. And so he's over here like making plays, trying to make plays. And you go on it for 4th and 8 with a quarterback who wasn't even your guy to begin with. You were like going to trade him until the very end when you had no trade options. And then so that's when you had to restructure. And I just thought it was such a bonehead play. And that's why I'm telling you, like, it's not even the players. It's like, it's the head coach. I was never a fan of him ever since he's with the Falcons, the Redskins. Like, I was never a fan of him. And he's just like, I tell everybody, he's a good coach when it comes to offense. He's a good coach, like, if it comes to making the playoffs. But when it comes to winning that championship, it just like, that ego just gets in the way.
And after the game, like, he didn't exactly blame Trey Lance, but he blamed Trey Lance. He was like, well, it was a run. He could have handed the ball off, and you got to do better. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, you're the one calling these power plays. Here's the thing. He thinks that the guy from the Saints, Hill, they run power plays because he's not the franchise quarterback. If he gets hurt, they got a franchise quarterback in the wings, So he thinks that Trey Lance is Taysom Hill. He thinks he's him. It's like, dude, he's supposed to be the franchise quarterback. Taysom Hill is not got traded for 3 first-round picks. So I don't know, man. I just think brain fart. I want to talk about some good stuff, though, man. I mean, let's just move on to this because I'm pissed off. My voice is gone. My voice was gone from the game. I'm trying to get it back, but good thing, our defense, man. Defense, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Nick Bosa, 2.5 sacks I'm hearing right now. Absolutely amazing. Drake Jackson got half a sack with Bosa. Their corners back. Mosley was amazing. He got that one penalty, which was like really as close. I know I heard the refs, the fans were saying F the refs. During the game, because it was a close ass call. I guess you could have called it on him, but Mosley was sticky. Tarvarius Ward, man, I love him. Hufanga, dude.
I was gonna say like Hufanga is like obviously the fan favorite, and man, he would just like tipping balls, and like he was the reason for the first interception. And so he was just flying everywhere. I think him and obviously I love Nick Bosa, but he's like also like a fan favorite of mine. Absolutely, man. The defense, absolutely amazing. I actually gave up 0 points. It was at special teams. Yeah. Ross freaking Dwell, you got to block if you... Damn it, Ross. He cannot block to save his life, man. He's the one that gave up that block. You got to do better, man. Special teams has been pretty okay this year. Hasn't been bad, but damn, that almost could have cost us. Hopefully it doesn't cost us later down the road, but you got to make that block because we were going to run away with it. We still ran away with it at the end, but that made it a little bit closer. But defense, absolutely amazing. Special teams, punter was doing solid. Offensive line held up. They held up.
Yeah, Jimmy G really didn't get...
He went, I believe, 8 for 11. So he was pretty solid. And they gave him some time to throw it. Yeah. Obviously, he was trying to force the ball a little bit. There were some like throws that I wish he would have like took back. That one in the end zone, I think it was to Ayuk. Yeah, that should have been picked off.
Oh, that was the one when it was 4th down.
They went there for 4th down, but there was one that should have been picked off. I felt like he was fourth. It wasn't even near the receiver.
But one of them, he actually threw it into Ayuk, and that was actually a nice throw, and Ayuk dropped it. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one. That was a good throw. He should have caught that one. Yeah. But the other one, when I believe it was like the 4th down. That one, it wasn't even near like the receiver, and so that's why I was like, there was a couple of throws like I wish he would have took back, but. Again, like I said, he wasn't with us like all season long, all preseason. They barely started letting him practice again, so it's like he had to make something happen. Like I don't even think he was like expecting to play today. And obviously, man, like I was a Trey guy. You really weren't a Trey guy. But at the end of the day, man, Jimmy's a quarterback now, and I'm gonna root for him no matter what. Come on, I'm a 49er fan. We're all 49er fans here. We want the best for this team, And now we got to roll with Jimmy. If Jimmy stinks, we're gonna start criticizing him. But right now, he's our guy. So let's just all get behind Jimmy. Hopefully, he could step it up. He's still got to learn the playbook because he's only been with us. Got the playbook like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I know he knows the playbook, but I know Kyle, he changed things up a little bit.
Deebo Samuels, I thought he really played good today. I thought Deebo like really stepped up. When Trey got hurt, I think he gave like the offense a spark. So what I like about Deebo is like what kind of a little bit of what Crabtree used to do a little bit, but a lot better. He'll make a play, but then he'll get those extra yardage. And so there was a couple plays where he ran up the middle. They tossed it to him to the sides, and then he just like he had that big freaking
50-yard run.
Yeah, and that was like really what sparked our offense. And so he just kept making plays happen, especially when it's raining. The run game is your friend. When it's raining, you want to run the ball as much as possible. And I felt there was times where we were throwing it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And when it's raining, the run is your game. And I felt we didn't give a lot of opportunities to Taylor Price, Jeff Wilson, even Mason. I wanted Mason to play a lot more.
Me too.
And so,
but I thought he ran pretty good though. Wilson, for what we had, I thought he did pretty solid. Nothing. It wasn't like breakaway speed.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't those big home run guys that we used to get with Mostert and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought our offensive line held up, gave some holes. I know sometimes we were just getting stacked though. We were just getting blown the F up, especially in the third, fourth quarter. But for the most part, I thought I was right. But I want that spark though. I want to get that 20, 30 yard gain. Yeah. And I think Jordan Mason is the guy, man. I was kind of waiting for him to come in. But we ran all right. It wasn't anything world beaters, but I hear what you're saying about that.
But because the reason I'm bringing that up is because of like how Harbaugh used to do it with like time management.
Yeah.
And so there was times where we could have killed the clock even more, and instead we're like freaking throwing it, and it's like pouring rain.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just stupid time management, and that's all I'm saying. There was times where Jimmy G forced it. There was times we didn't run it. Thankfully, our defense was there.
Oh, yeah.
And thankfully, the Seahawks aren't that good. But if we ran into like a good team, that throw that Jimmy G throws against a good team, it gets picked off.
Yeah.
The run game, if we don't like start that happening, then our offense is just going to get picked off. We're not going to have any like flow and rhythm, and we're going to rely on someone like Deebo Samuels. And then what happened in the Super Bowl? Because we didn't make plays, our defense is always on the field, and that's the last thing we want. The defense always on the field. So I just think that moving forward, we just got to change it up.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. And one thing I wish that Kyle Shanahan would go back to is the play action. We really don't see that play action as much. When we go play action, I think that's when Jimmy's at his best, man, because it kind of freezes the linebackers. And it seems like we're going back to the same old shotgun. Jimmy G is like, man, come on, man. You got to mix it up. Go back to 2019, Kyle. Stop going back to what we did last year or the year before. Go back to what you made of you one of the best offensive coordinators in the game or best coaches in the game. And when you would go back to those play action, mix it up, double reverse, doing all that stuff. I just don't see it right now. But it was his first game, Jimmy G. Kyle's got to do something now. He's got to make up for what he just did. Because I'm blaming that injury from Trey Lance squarely on him, man.
Yeah, and so moving forward, we got to come up with a rhythm, because like I've been saying, the whole goal is to, for the defense not be on the field as much, to then just to come in, not get as tired, make plays, and for us to get the run game started and then just get Jimmy G comfortable.
Absolutely, man. But that's what we got. That's our recap of the game. When Flo wakes up, we'll have to probably tell him again what happened to Trey Lance, because he probably does not remember after he wakes up what the hell happened.
And shout out to all the Niner fans, everyone. It was pouring hard rain out there, but everyone was still cheering their asses off. Everyone was in their ponchos still, in the game. And so, shout out to them. They were one of the reasons why, I feel like the Niners, they didn't lose focus, because I'm telling you, we've seen it before. When a player gets injury, it takes the soul out of the stadium. Yeah. And they still were just nah, fuck it, let's go, Jimmy, let's go. It's your time, let's go. Mm-hmm. And so that was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, and last 2020 when Bosa got hurt, and I think it was Solomon, it was back-to-back injuries, and then Mostert got hurt. I was telling myself, oh man, the season's over. The season's over. Trey Lance getting hurt, I don't think the season's over.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I still think we got a good chance at making a run. There's teams all these teams out there that they could be beat, man. There's a lot of teams that have holes out there. AFC, a lot of great teams, but a lot of their defenses suck. NFC, it's out for the grabs, man. There's a lot of talent on this team, and I think the defense could lead us home. If Jimmy G plays a little bit better than he did last year in the NFC Championship game, I think we really do have a chance at making a run.
Yeah, and there was a part in the game where it was super raining, and Jimmy G was coming on the field, and then the clouds separated, and I saw Flo face up there, and then I saw Jeff Garcia's face up there, and I'm like, Jimmy G, do it for them. Yeah. Do it for them, man.
Yeah, man, but that's what we got, man. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.